Permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest. Permit me to pass the ultimate test.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على نبيه ومصطفاه وبعد. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, dear viewers, welcome to another live edition of our program Ask Huda. Our phone numbers, area code 002, then 0238555132, and the other number is same area code, then 010005469323. The page is the Facebook page is Dr. Muhammad Salah official. I'll be more than happy to start collecting your valuable questions, calls, and concerns. Meanwhile, as you know that mashallah I've been receiving tons of questions on the Facebook page, so I'm answering them in the same order they were received. The first question, or not necessarily in the same order, because some of these questions were repeated or have been answered many times before, so I give a priority to the questions which need a pressing answer. Sister Fatima Bukhar says, kindly guide me in the measurement of Zakat on 21 karat gold weighing 87.2 kilogram, please. Okay, I want to make sure that I read the weight right, 87.2 kilogram. MashaAllah, this is plenty of gold. May Allah bless you and your family and increase your wealth from halal. Here is a point when we say the two conditions for paying the zakah, al-nisab and al-hawl. Al-nisab, which means the amount which is zakatable. We say the 85 gram of gold is the nisab. If any person possessed either gold or silver or cash or investment, the value is worth the value of 85 gram of gold, 24 karat, then it is zakatable. So what you need to do is, in this case, despite it is 21 or 18 karat or 24, because it's already mashallah way above the nisab, is whatever amount you have, 87 kilogram of gold, you just need to pay 2.5% of this amount annually. And the annual here or the year is the lunar year. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Muhammad from the KSA.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh. How are you?
Doing fine, alhamdulillah. Thank you for asking. Brother Muhammad, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. Nice to hear from you, Shaykh.
Thank you. Likewise. Go ahead, Brother Muhammad.
Okay, Shaykh, I have a question. Actually, I visited India recently, and I've been approached by, approached by some of the Tablighi people, and they said, they are doing Dawa and everything. So I asked, what is the Dawa means only to the non-Muslims, but they said that there is a hadith which says that convincing Muslims, instead of they are going away from Islam, to bring them back is more rewardable than giving a non-Muslim hidayah. So I am a little bit confused. I don't know, Shaykh, whether can you please clarify that one?
Tayyib. Thank you, Brother Muhammad. If we look into your question and take away the additives, like the person from the Tablighi Jama'ah told you whatever and it was in India, the question is simply that, is giving da'wah to a Muslim and guiding him to practice Islam is more rewarded and greater reward than giving da'wah to a non-Muslim and making somebody testify to the oneness of Allah the Almighty? What is the origin of giving da'wah? Where do we read in the Quran that it is important to pass on the word of Islam to others? In Surah Al Imran, Allah the Almighty says, كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. So this ummah, as Allah the Almighty said, was given superiority because of the following qualities: enjoining what is good, تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر, and you forbid the evil, and you believe in Allah the Almighty. Enjoining what is good and forbidding what is evil is not simply limited to only Muslims, nor only to non-Muslims, rather to all people. المؤمنون والمؤمنات بعضهم أولياء بعض يأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر. the believing men and women are allies to one another. They enjoin one another to what is good, and they forbid one another against what is evil. And I'd like to continue after taking this call, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Brother Abdullah from India.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm doing fine, Brother Abdullah. How about yourself?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Sheikh, I have two questions. The first question is circumcision in Islam compulsory? Because the people in my area, they say if you do not do circumcision, you're not a Muslim.
Okay.
And the question is, the pocket money if my father or my mother gives, is it halal or haram?
The pocket money that your parents give you?
Yeah. Is it halal or haram?
Why do you think that it may be haram?
I don't know, because it's not from my earnings. Maybe that's why.
And I mean, somebody is giving you money, whether it's your parents or somebody else is giving you a gift. What makes you think that it is haram? Especially if the parents...
No, my father. Likewise, my father. For myself, I'm unemployed right now. So my father, he gives me pocket money. So is it halal or haram?
Yeah, absolutely halal. And if you don't need it, you can just pass it on to Huda TV. We would like to use it here. Thank you, Abdullah from India. Brother Muhammad from the KSA, and about da'wah and whether it is preferable to give da'wah to Muslims or to non-Muslims. In our lives, we meet with people right and left. We meet with Muslims and we meet with non-Muslims. So whenever you have the opportunity to share the word of Allah with anyone, do it. Believe it or not. In Surah Al-Dhariyat, Allah the Almighty says, وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. What does it mean? Remind, since the reminder would benefit the believers. So we even give da'wah to the believers, to the practicing people, because it is through their reminder. As human beings, we tend to forget. So the reminder will help and will benefit the believers. In Surah Yusuf, Allah the Almighty said, قُلْ هَذِهِ سَبِيلِي أَدْعُو إِلَى اللَّهِ عَلَى بَصِيرَةٍ أَنَا وَمَنِ اتَّبَعَنِي وَسُبْحَانَ اللَّهِ وَمَا أَنَا مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. This is what Muhammad, peace be upon him, was commanded to declare. This is my path. I call unto Allah on an insight, me and those who follow me. So every follower of the Prophet ﷺ is required to follow him in giving da'wah. If you are a true follower of the Prophet ﷺ, you're required to give da'wah. To whom? To everyone. To Muslims and non-Muslims. To non-practicing Muslims. To non-Muslims. In the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, if Allah were to guide through you only one person, that is better for you than the whole world and what it contains. In another sound narration, better for you than possessing the red camels, plenty of wealth. Guiding somebody, let's say that somebody didn't know about Allah and he came to Islam through you. Lucky you, because he shall come on the day of judgment in the scale of your good deeds. Every ta'ah, every act of obedience, every abstaining from a sin that the person did something good or avoided something bad, he or she will be rewarded for, and you shall receive a similar reward, and that would not affect or diminish the reward of either one of you. Why? Because it was because of you. You've been the mean. You've introduced guidance to this person. So we really do not distinguish, and we say, no, this person is a non-Muslim. I would rather give da'wah to a Muslim. Whoever comes on your way and you have a chance to give them da'wah, do not waste your time. Seize the opportunity. While keeping in mind that Allah the Almighty said to His beloved Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in Surah Al-Qasas, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِالْمُهْتَدِينَ. It is Allah the Almighty who guides whomever He wills, and He knows best who deserves to be rightly guided. So what you're trying to do is deliver the message. بَلِّغْ مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ وَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلْ فَمَا بَلَّغْتَ رِسَالَتَهُ. Allah commanded His messenger in the Quran, convey that which was revealed to you was revealed unto you from Allah, and if you don't, then you did not fulfill your job, which is conveying the message. So if a Muslim doesn't pray, and you see somebody who doesn't pray, or he drinks, or he is just a Muslim by name, you give him a priority. Meanwhile, you have a neighbor who is not Muslim. It is your duty to inform him about Islam. You don't make distinction. You don't say, no, I'm only specialized in giving da'wah to Muslims, or I'm only specialized in giving da'wah to non-Muslims. You invite all people. Udu'u ila sabili rabbik. All people. Okay? Barakallah fiqh. Brother Muhammad from Case. Assalamu alaikum. Brother Isa from Libya. Assalamu alaikum. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome, Brother Isa from Libya.
Thank you very much. I have one problem for asking you.
Barakallahu fiqh. May Allah bless you and your family. Go ahead.
Okay. I converted to Islam new.
Oh, when?
I converted to Islam last year, Ramadan.
Congratulations. May Allah keep you firm and steadfast on His straight path.
Thank you very much. I have one problem I want to ask you.
Go ahead.
The problem about the food. I converted to Islam. My mother is not Islam. Can I go back to my country? Can I eat my mother's food?
Okay, got your question. What is she practicing?
My mother.
I understand. What is her religion?
I'm a Muslim now.
Your mother's faith. Your mother's.
My mother is not a Muslim.
I know that she's Muslim too, or she's not Muslim?
No, my mother is not Muslim.
I understand that. What is her religion?
My mother's religion is Sabbath.
What?
Sabbath.
Sabbath?
Sabbath, the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Okay. On Sunday they go to church. You mean she's Christian?
No, Saturday. You go to church on Saturday.
Saturday. Okay. So
yeah.
Is she Jewish?
No, it's not the Jews. Our religion is not the Jews. Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Okay. So she must have a religion. I mean, Jewish, Christian. What is her religion?
Maybe I can say she's a Christian.
She's Christian. Okay. That was my question from the beginning. Thank you, Brother Isa. Now you gotta listen to the answer, inshallah. Brother Isa have accepted Islam. He reverted to Islam a year ago, and he's asking that whenever he goes home, his mother is Christian, and he's asking whether it is permissible to eat her food. The word food applies to everything that we consume, everything that is edible. So vegetables are food, fruits are food, meat is food. In Surah Al-Ma'idah, Allah the Almighty said, وَطَعَامُ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ حِلٌّ لَكُمْ وَطَعَامُكُمْ حِلٌّ لَهُمْ. The word food here in this ayah of Surah Al-Ma'idah, number 5, the food of the people of the book, the food of the people of the book, the food of the Jews and Christians is حِلٌّ لَكُمْ, halal for you, lawful for you to consume. وَطَعَامُكُمْ حِلٌّ لَهُمْ, and your food is lawful for them to consume. The word ta'am here, Abdullah ibn Abbas, Tarjuman al-Quran, may Allah be pleased with him, and his father said the word ta'am here doesn't refer to the general ta'am, because it is understood that I can eat vegetables from Sikh, from Hindu, from Buddhist, from a fire worshipper, it doesn't matter. But it refers to the meat which has been slaughtered. So if a Christian or a Jewish person actually did the slaughtering process, it's halal to eat the food, like from a Muslim exactly. But if they deliberately said in the name of other than Allah the Almighty upon slaughtering the food, you don't eat it. Okay? Similarly, if it was slaughtered by other than a Muslim or a Jewish or Christian, you don't eat from the meat which was slaughtered under the name of other than Allah, or it was slaughtered by other than a Muslim or a Jewish person or Christian. So you eat from your mother's cooking and everything if the meat was slaughtered by Jewish or Christians or Muslims. That is permissible. Okay? Now, whether they are practicing or not, you have a problem with that, you can avoid the meat and you can eat the rest of the food, rice, vegetables, you name it, fish, it's perfectly okay. And I highly adjure you to take care of your mother, because this is what Islam commands us to do. Even if your mother is whether Christian, Jewish, or she's even of no faith whatsoever, you gotta be dutiful to your mother. You gotta take care of her, serve her to the best of your ability. Allah the Almighty have commanded that in the Quran, to be dutiful to one's parents. Soon after, He commanded us to worship Him alone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sister Ghada from the KSA. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, brother. How are you?
Doing fine, alhamdulillah. Thank you for asking, Sister Ghada.
Brother, me and my husband were planning to go on Hajj on this year. But the problem is that I have two children. One is 3 years old and one is 7, mashallah. And wherever we applied for going Hajj, they said children are not allowed. Some said that, okay, you can take one and the other one is not allowed. I wanted to ask you that if Hajj is fard on us, will that be fine that we go, like we don't know that it is allowed or not from the Hajj company, because we are not getting the clear information from the ministry that is it allowed or not? And secondly, will that be easy? Like many people who have taken their children, they are saying it will be very difficult. You will not be able to do all the prayers and everything. So I needed your opinion that should I go, or I ask my husband to go perform Hajj, and when my children will be, then I go.
Sister,
I'm not just able to.
You said that one of your children is not allowed to go for Hajj, and why isn't it that he is given also a permit like you guys to go for Hajj?
Yeah, wherever I'm, all the shirkas, wherever I ask, they are saying no children. Some are saying you can only take one, the other one is not allowed. And some are saying, okay, take them, we will give you permission. But ministry, I'm not getting any clear information from the ministry that is it allowed to take the children from here or not. I'm living in Jeddah.
Okay, I perfectly understand that there is no banning whatsoever against sending children for Hajj, especially if you're already in Jeddah, unless if the companies, the sharika that you're talking about, they don't want any headache, they don't want any liabilities. Otherwise, if you and your husband are going for Hajj and you have two kids and one of them is permitted, why the other one would not get the same permit? So I would highly recommend that you start looking for another company or sharika that would give you can afford to let you all go for Hajj. How old are your kids anyway?
One is 3 years old and one is 7.
Okay, for the 7 it is okay. For the 3 years old, it's a big liability because you will be completely preoccupied. As far as the legal ruling, can a child perform Hajj? There was a woman when the Prophet ﷺ was on his way for Hajj. She left a baby for him and she said, "O Prophet of Allah, Ali hada Hajj, is it permissible for this baby to perform Hajj?" He said, "Na'am wa laki ajr." Yes, and you will be rewarded too, because she's the one who's carrying the child to perform Hajj. So from a fiqh and a legal Islamic point of view, it is perfectly legal, and you will be rewarded for accompanying the child to perform Hajj and taking care of him or her. This is one thing. Secondly, sometimes you don't have anyone to look after your kids when you're gone. So in this condition, simply taking your kids with you is the only option. Go ahead, no problem. I say to those who are coming from far away, it's a lot of hassle because the crowd now is much greater than at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. Waiting for the transportations may take hours, or getting stuck in the traffic may take hours. The baby is frustrated, dehydrated. The extreme heat nowadays is going to be really, really hot, while performing Hajj. So from the logistics point of view, it is not really recommended. Otherwise, is it halal? Perfectly halal and legal. And I never heard of any banning from the Ministry of Hajj or the authorities against bringing children along with you, especially you're residing actually in Jeddah, which is like 45 minutes away from the Haram. May Allah make it easy for you. Sister Ghada from KSA. Brother Abdullah from India, his second question is about circumcision. He heard that some people say that circumcision is a must, and if you do not get circumcised, then you're not a Muslim. There is a little confusion here. Is circumcision for men something very important? Yes, it is, to the point that in the Sahih Hadith, Ibrahim alayhi salam was circumcised even at the age of 80. So he was too old. And when he was informed by Allah that circumcision is actually one of the traditions of the pure nature, he got circumcised and he was 80 years old. This is in the Sound Hadith, which is collected by both Bukhari and Muslim. So the more right view in this regard, that circumcision is a must, but it won't affect your Islam. I mean, if a person accepted Islam and he is too afraid to be circumcised, your Islam is accepted. Yes, you skipped either a highly recommended and emphatic sunnah, or in another view, it's a wajib, it's a must, but that will not affect Islam. It is perfect for your personal hygiene. It is perfect for observing the sunnah of the pure traditions of all the prophets, including Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Brother Abdul Rauf from the KSA.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sheikh.
Welcome to the program, Abdul Rauf.
Sheikh, my question is, I was driving a couple of weeks back in Jeddah, and my vehicle was hit by one of the guys on the road. And when traffic police reached the spot, and it was known that it is 100% his fault. Now, his insurance company will be responsible for fixing my car, and they might give me some fixed amount, and with that amount, I'm not sure what amount they'll give me, and if I go with that amount to the branded showroom, maybe it will fall short of my repair. But if I go to a normal showroom, then maybe I will spare some money from that repair. I just want to know the ruling. Is that money halal for fixing my car?
Okay, Abdul Rauf, I hope you guys heard this question. Somebody hit his vehicle, and now his insurance company is covering the damage. So he's asking, if I collect this amount, I have one of two options. If you go to the dealer, the amount may not be even enough. But if he fixes it in another shop outside the dealer deal, that the money may be surplus. He can actually save some money out of that. Is collecting this money permissible in the first place? Yes, it is permissible. And it is not your fault or problem whether he has a full coverage insurance, which is not permissible, or the primary insurance, which is permissible, because we have no option. You have to get an insurance in order to drive a vehicle. Okay? So whenever his insurance company covers that and you pay, it is actually, he is paying, whether himself or his representative. In this case, it is the company. So they make their estimate, and they are not fool. They are pretty smart. So they know that this is how much it will fix exactly. Unless if you decide to take it to a cheap place, and it may be good, it may be bad, it may not be as good, in order to save some money out of that. Whatever money you're collecting from the insurance company of the person who hit you and caused the damage to your vehicle, they decided after they examine your vehicle and they have the experts, this money is lawful for you to collect in order to repair your vehicle. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Muhammad from the KSA. Wa alaikum salam.
I have got one question.
Yep.
Shaitan has got usually do the whispering, as for my knowledge. He has got any other power on us, like sickness, and then I'm getting old. I'm thinking that the urine problem, and then gas problems, and other things, laziness. He has got the control on our body, or just this is due to age or something.
Okay. Barakallahu feek. Jazakallahu khairan. My brothers and sisters, whatever we encounter in this life is the traditions of life itself. It is Allah who created us, as He said, min da'fin. He created us in the first stage of our creation. We were right after we were born, were very weak and vulnerable. ضعف, weakness. Then after weakness, قوة. من بعد ضعف قوة, strength, youth, fitness. You become masculine, you become powerful, you wrestle, you lift weight, and all of that. Then من بعد قوة ضعفا وشيبة, the curve goes back to hit ground zero. After strength, ضعفا وشيبة, weakness and senility. You know, we have seen many examples. We have seen Muhammad Ali Clay, may Allah have mercy on him, in his youth, in his strength, then in his old age and his weakness. We have seen President Reagan, the president of the most powerful country, and he ended up forgetting his own name. We've heard and we have seen big senators who were very powerful. Then subhanallah, they have been hit with cancer or hit with any disease and they started declining. This is life. This is life. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. Our reaction as Muslims to whatever encounter us in this life of poverty, of weakness, of sickness, of afflictions and trials, of even death of loved ones, and eventually loss of wealth and loss of our own health and strength, it's all from Allah. When Allah the Almighty spoke about sorcery and the sorcerers and the story of Harut and Marut in Surah Al-Baqarah, He specifically said, وَمَا هُمْ بِضَارِّينَ بِهِ مِنْ أَحَدٍ إِلَّا بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. They will not be able to harm anyone via the means of sorcery except by the leave of Allah. By the leave of Allah. So, yes, in this life, the person who is sitting in front of you right now and he's talking non-stop for an hour, the time will come and Allah knows what will happen to him, whether he will remember his name or not. You know, it is typical. This is life. As you grow old, that impairs your body parts, your health deteriorates, and you start losing some of the senses. It happens. And one has to be prepared for that and has to be thankful for Allah that we enjoyed our strength for many years. And hopefully this is a reminder for me and for the audience, as the Prophet ﷺ said in the hadith, اغتنم خمسا قبل خمس. Take advantage of 5 conditions before you are hit by other 5 calamities. One of whom he said, صحتك قبل سقمك. Take advantage of your health before you get impaired, before you get sick. Do things which you're able to do right now and do not postpone, because you never know whether you'll be able to do it in the future or not. May Allah grant us all health, strength, and increase our iman and keep us steadfast on His straight path. My dear brothers and sisters, I think it's time to take a short break, and inshallah we'll be back with you in a few minutes. Please stay tuned. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back. My dear brothers and sisters, we spoke about circumcision and how it is mandatory for men, and it is one of the traditions of the pure nature, and how Ibrahim alayhi salam was circumcised even at an old age. And even though we said it's a wajib according to the more right view, but it doesn't invalidate the Islam of a person. Okay? Because that was Abdullah's question from India, that somebody said that if the person is not circumcised, he is not a Muslim. No. If a person says, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, they become Muslims. They are required to fulfill all the wajibat and to abstain from whatever is forbidden and prohibited. But not every wajib that the person doesn't do takes him out of the folds of Islam. Okay, the importance of circumcision lies in the fact that this piece of the foreskin that covers the head of the genitals of a male may retain some of the urine drops after urination, okay, and it becomes a little difficult to clean them up, so that the person may actually finish and get up to make wudu while he has some urine soils or urine drops in that foreskin that soils his clothes, and accordingly the tahara will not be valid based on the fact that he neglected taking care of that. It's a difficult process if the person is not circumcised. It's a wajib, but if the person didn't do it for a reason or another, it doesn't affect their Islam. Of course, we highly encourage them and urge them to do it, because it is the sunan of the pure nature, but their Islam is valid. Now the following question is from Nigeria. The questioner says, we do observe the Fajr prayer at 5:30 a.m. So what I'm asking is, what time does the Doha prayer begin? The Doha prayer begins 15 minutes approximately after sunrise. After sunrise, حين ترتفع الشمس. So if I tell you when the sun rises from the horizon, the height of a spear and all of that, it's hard to actually measure that. So that's why we say simply give it 15 minutes past sunrise. So if you say that we pray Fajr at 5:30, the Fajr prayer have nothing to do with the time for Duha, because what determines the Duha prayer is sunrise. Once the sun rises, and that can be determined whether you have a calendar, a timetable, or simply seeing sunrise. 15 minutes after sunrise, you can start praying Duha. And its time is extended and stretched all the way until another 15 minutes before Dhuhr. And the Dhuhr time is when the sun moves away from its meridian. So this whole time is time to pray Duha, but the best time to pray Duha is like in between the two times. This is exactly what the Prophet ﷺ described as حين ترمض الفصال. In the hadith he said, صلاة الأوابين حين ترمض الفصال. The prayer of those who return back to Allah and they constantly repent, awabin. The best time to offer this prayer is حين ترمض الفصال. Tarmad is from Ramadan, very hot. Al-Fisal, the baby camels, whom when they separate from their mothers, the she camel, and they are standing on the hot burning sand during summer, it's hot even for them because they're still babies, so they keep alternating between their hooves. Tarmadul Fisal, keep lifting up their hooves because it is very hot. When does this happen? It happens maybe a couple hours before Dhuhr. It's really, really hot. So this is the time where it is best to pray the Duha prayer. Unless if you happen to pray Fajr in congregation and you sat until sunrise, we're reciting Quran or your adhkar, and you want to earn the reward of performing Umrah and Hajj, so you wait for another 15 minutes to pray the Duha prayer 15 minutes after sunrise. Brothers and sisters, before I take the next question, I would like to bring to your attention that this episode is also aired live. We have live broadcasts on Huda TV page on the Facebook. And also, brothers and sisters, I want to bring to your attention that alhamdulillah, in a few days people will start setting out to go for Hajj, mashallah. And we will be receiving tons of questions and inquiries about Hajj, even though we have filmed and recorded many programs about Hajj step by step, the history of Hajj, Hajj inspirations and all of that. But we will do our best to continue to provide the callers and the viewers with answers to the questions, even though we have done that in the past 13 years by the grace of Allah the Almighty. Now, brothers and sisters, your favorite channel, Huda TV, needs your support. needs your support. For any vehicle to keep running, you need to refuel. You need to refuel. If you ask me how are we maintaining this channel for the past 10 years, because the first 3 years were very luxurious. Afterward, ups and downs, and a lot of downs more than ups. But it is done in a very miraculous way. Allah the Almighty is the greatest. And I have seen wonders. Maybe, inshallah, one day when I retire, I will write a book about my experience with this particular project and how much blessings that we have experienced in this project in Huda TV and its effect and its influence worldwide. Do not deprive yourselves from sharing the word through supporting the programs, the various programs of Huda TV. Please, your favorite channel is in need for your financial support. I don't need to explain any further, but the situation is very risky. And meanwhile, alhamdulillah, shukla, we are so determined to have live feed from Hajj like last year, but we will cut down the number of hours, of course, to economize the cost. So we'll have a couple hours live broadcast every day during the Hajj, inshallah, from Mecca, from Arafat, from Mina. We'll do our best. We are planning to do that. Please continue to support your favorite channel. It doesn't matter how much is the support. It doesn't matter, and it never mattered, as Allah the Almighty really looks into your hearts and whatever you can afford. Even if it is something you think it's insignificant, before Allah it is never insignificant. It is never insignificant. We appreciate that so much, supporting Huda TV through sponsoring either entire programs or at least episodes, or a few minutes in any episode would really help maintaining the channel and will help you sharing the word. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khairan. Spread that word and share it with your family members, with your loved ones. We don't have that many Huda TV. We don't have that many Huda TV. We need to maintain this, please. The following question is, let's keep the name anonymous. It's a lady who's saying that my partner and I committed adultery. Now I'm pregnant and he's making me abort the baby because he is married and can't tell his family and he won't carry his name. How bad will this be? I really don't know if I want to abort it or not. I'm already 5 weeks pregnant. First of all, remember, brothers and sisters, remember what Allah the Almighty said, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا إِنَّهُ كَانَ فَاحِشَةً وَسَاءَ سَبِيلًا. Do not go near zina. How can you say my partner? He is not your partner. He is not your partner. He's been involved in an evil act, and the relationship that you had, both of you, is not partnership. No, this is adultery and this is fornication. One of the things which Allah the Almighty is displeased with and upset with most, it angers Allah the Almighty. He said, لا تقربوا الزنا. Don't go near it. How can you say my friend or my partner? There should not be any relationship between a man and a woman who are not lawful for each other except through marriage. Except through marriage, not even the engagement. We don't have boyfriends and girlfriends. You like her, marry her. Be a man, propose to her, pay the dowry, bear the responsibility, support her financially, not to hit and run. Look what he did. He impregnated her, and now he wants her, in addition to committing adultery, which is enough sin to make the person enter hellfire. In addition to that, he wants her to be a murderer, a killer, because abortion is killing. Abortion is killing. To kill the baby, she's already 5 weeks pregnant. And why does he want her to abort the baby? Because he is coward. He is irresponsible. Now he remembered that he's married and he doesn't want his wife to know. But for Allah, who already knows the hidden and the manifest, he didn't mind. And if you abort the baby, he doesn't have any problem resuming this illicit relationship with you until both of you, if you do not repent, end up in hellfire. Don't you abort the baby, because this is murder. This is killing. Now this is life. And you're not allowed to take the life of an innocent human being for your own personal interest. Number one, abortion is forbidden. And in one of the posts on my page, I limited the cases in or during which abortion becomes permissible. Number one, if there is a life threat to the mother, the doctors say that you can never continue this pregnancy for medical reasons. In this case, it is permissible. I've mentioned another very exclusive reason. Under 4 months and 10 days, and if the doctors confirm 100% there is a genetic deformity in the baby, and he is not going to make it, and the life of such baby will be a burden for the baby and for the family because of the Down syndromes or the genetic disorders and all of that, it is also permissible in this condition based on the confirmation of many honest doctors, not the suspicion, not the prediction or the assumption. It must be confirmed. Other than that, no, it is not permissible. So you've committed an act of adultery, and now you want to fix your mistake by taking the life of a baby? No, that is not permissible. And I urge you both to repent unto Allah the Almighty, and I urge you to sever all relations with this person. Now you and the audience, some of the girls who may fall in love or so-called love relationship with a guy, maybe he's married, he has family, he's maintaining the stability of his family, but he's enjoying his lustful relationship in haram. And similarly, when any of the sisters said that this guy is married and he proposed to me, provided that no one should know, he will keep it a secret, he doesn't want his wife to know, I say, turn down that proposal. Because if his wife were to find out, you will be the scapegoat, 100%. If he is not capable to face the reality, then once he is confronted with the reality, he will sell you and rob you at the first station and get rid of you. So brothers and sisters, now I'm only addressing the sisters more. Be very careful. It is not the sweet words which should capture your heart. It is being responsible. If the man loves you, and if the man really wants you, let him marry you through the legal ways. And that should be announced and that should be made public, because you are a wife and you have the rights. If he is not capable to be a true man, and if he is coward enough to do it in haram or in the hidden, turn him down and do not go all the way with him. And never abort the baby, because it will add to your crime another crime, which is killing. May Allah have mercy on all of us. My dear brothers and sisters, until next episode, I leave you all in the care of Allah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Allah is my heart's speech. Your mercy is what I beseech. Keep in my heart your remembrance, and in your deen allow me to advance. Help me in my quest. Permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me